Good morning. Today I'd like to speak about how some parents mistakenly be a main reason to kill their children. If we went back around 70 years ago, when the technology of the refined food just started, we noticed our grandparents or our parents used to buy the new food the same as the cola, the chocolate, the cheese, the sweet yogurt, and come to the home proudly that they bring nice vitamin D, they bring nice sweet to reward their children. Those children were me and you, and we used to love it as a reward. And now, after 50 to 70 years, we discover that these foods were a main reason for many illness, include the obesity, the diabetes, high blood pressure, the cancer, the fertility problem, etc. So, do you like those children? Do you love to kill your children? Do you love to change your life? Definitely, all of us, we do. And all of us, we like to do it in peace of mind. So from where we started, do we have to change all our shopping habits? Or do you need to throw everything we have in the fridge? Or you just want to ignore what I'm telling you and continue in your life? Some people, they said, as soon as they know that a lot of problems in our food, it's put them off of a lot of food. But what can we eat? This is what they ask themselves. What can we do? So they find the peace of mind for themselves. Just ignore it and continue what you are saying. Bismillah, and they continue in the wrong way. I need to bring the attention here. There is two kind of diabetes, and here I like to speak about diabetes even if you don't have diabetes. If you notice, most of the people in the age of 60, 70 years old, they start have diabetes and high blood pressure. There is two kind of diabetes. There is diabetes type 1, which related to have a problem that the patient doesn't have beta cell in their body. They cannot produce beta cell. And there is another type of diabetes which start being so much a huge problem the last 50 years for the people after the adulthood, after the age of 30, 40, 50. And then they said, he's old, it's normal to have diabetes. No, it's not normal to have diabetes. Beta cell, they do a duty by ordering the pancreas to produce insulin. The insulin, it make his duty like hoovering and cleaning the blood from the sugar it swim in the system and store it as fat here and there in your body. Now, as far as beta cell have a duty to act as soon as extra sugar in our body, so how we can solve the problem? We can solve the problem by reducing the sugar in our food. The first step I ask you to do, after you listen to me today, think carefully. Are you happy to continue your lifestyle, and is it now? Or you like to start a new life with a new way? And this, it's come the first step is get rid of the sugar from your home. You have guests, you want to welcome them with coffee, with tea. There is many way to have a sweet, like a small dots of honey, real honey. Like this, you give two welcoming to your guest. Coffee, which include a fluid with little honey, which is a treatment, and taking into consideration the coffee, It's make dehydration in the body. I will speak later about it when we start parenting education and nutrition. The more important things to let you know now, that when you get rid of this sugar from your body, you start having less pressure for your beta cell work, less pressure for the pancreas. Now, with the time, the pancreas, it's rebuilt his ability again. There is 3 kinds of diabetes. Diabetes type 1, diabetes type 2. In the middle, there is pre-diabetics, they call it. And this, when started, the patient have difficulties of producing insulin. And here the doctor, either he put you on glucophage or restricted diets, or he give you a small dose of insulin. The very sad story, when the patient start taking insulin, they start sometimes in a right way, but sometimes they don't eat too much food and they do not need to get the dose of insulin. Sadly, they inject themselves with insulin, and it's come now, the blood sugar is become very, very low, and the patient is needed to eat as quick as possible. Some doctors advise you to keep a small piece of sweet in your bag in case of the blood sugar drop suddenly. That's right, and it's wrong at the same time. Because if you measured your blood sugar before you inject yourself with the insulin, definitely you will not need to have this kind of a sweet and take it wrongly, and then as soon as you take the sweet, your blood sugar, it will be stabilized, and then it drop worse than it was. So you end with up, down, up, down, up, down with your blood sugar, and this is what make you to crave the sugar more and food more. This if you have blood sugar problem and you start the insulin. But in normal people who doesn't have insulin and they don't need to have a glucophage, the story started to overload the pancreas by start to eat more. Sadly, in some schools they still bought some sweets, and the very disaster when you go to the gym, you go to swim, you go to sauna, you go to the swimming pool, and when you get out you find the machine where they sell you the sweet again, which is wrong, which is mean you burn the fat, the unnecessarily bad fat in your body. Go to the machine, you look at the machine, it's like magnet. It drag you quickly to buy either the sugary drink or the sweet, and this is very, very, very bad habit. So my advice to you parents, and my advice to you kids, don't make yourself hungry. Never ever leave the home without having food in your bag. And when I say food, healthy food. Either you bought a small container of fruits, cut fruit, little apple, pieces of apple, a few grapes, cucumber, sweet pepper, etc. Either you put them each one alone, or you can wrap them in a plastic bag to have them in the emergency, or to have them when you are hungry. The very important now to remember that we need to change the old habit of our eating, of our life. So the food, it has to be taken when we are hungry, but sometimes it's nice to teach your body to become hungry, because when you become hungry, whatever you store fat in your body here and there, your body is needed. In the beginning, you find the hunger, it's drive you mad or make you feeling tired and exhausted. But if you are patient and do not respond to this need, your body will act quickly and use the stored fat to use it in this emergency. And by this, You help yourself by two things. Number one, you get the energy to stabilize yourself and to manage your activity. Two, you burn the fat you have in your body. To help you to do it in easier way, the best way I advise you, do not let your body to be dry, dehydrated. Always have water with you. Coconut juice is good for you, but sadly, if you go to buy coconut juice, you find some of them, they put sugar with it. So you need to take care. So if you carry with you some water or some herb tea, even if it's cooled down, is okay, but not to be put it in the fridge. It will help you to be stable. Now, again, I don't mean today to speak about diabetes. My main point here, that the food, it's a need for all of us. But if we overeat or if we eat in a wrong way, especially if we use the sugary food or the dry fruits which added to it some sugar, when we have low blood sugar, definitely we add to the problem because the pancreas will act quickly. The beta cell will ask the pancreas to produce insulin. The insulin, it will be overloaded and will work a lot. When we reach to elderly age, we will have diabetes. The very sad story to find now, a lot of children have type 2 diabetes. And when you ask them, they said, it's normal. My grandparents have diabetes. My father have diabetes. And some doctors, they start saying the diabetes is genetic. No, we can't say it's inherited at all. Type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, no way to be inherited. But what's happening, that the lifestyles of the grandparents, the parents and the children, it's a main reason to make the pancreas to be overloaded for all the family. Because if they learn to have a sweet in between the meals, if they learn to have the pudding and dessert after the main meal, here it's happening the wrong of education regarding to the food. So the next few weeks we will start to have a group of education. We will build type 2 diabetes, a group from all over the world. We will meet every week and we will discuss how we can solve the problem. And we will meet with people who have pre-diabetes, and we will meet with children who is who are obese or overweight, or children who want to control their diets with parents. So it will be the first group in the world which connects many people from all over the world. We will listen to our experience and we will learn from each other. Let's work as united and let's work as all the world for all of us. And we need to fix us to manage to have next generation safe with less illness. If we look around 100 years ago, we don't have hospitals and we did not need hospital at that stage because the life were less communicated, less refined food, less pollution, less stress. So in every few years we find a new food and we find a new scientific discover new things for us, and we have things to make us more complicated. But at the same time, we find a lot of education teaching us the right lifestyle, the right food to eat. I will direct you now to few link to YouTube, which it will help you to post the education, which I will give you via parenting, education and nutrition. And these like TED-Ed, you can put any link regarding to feeding and learn from them. You can, the Arabic speaker, you can listen to Muhammad Fayed, and there is a lot of scientific who knows about the right food. Listen and learn. You don't need to just sit and listen all the day. You can, while you are driving your car, you can listen to it. While you are sitting in at home, while you are cleaning the kitchen, while you are preparing the food for your children, you can learn. And at the same time, you will change your life to better lifestyle. So remember, the more things I like to concentrate on it today, that you can make a change in your life, but first you have to have the will, and at the same time you need to accept yourself as you are now. If you do not love yourself as you are now, you will never ever manage to change your family or yourself. So we need to respect our life, to love our body, and it is self now. How is it now? And as Louise Hay, she used to say, look at the mirror and say, I love you. I accept myself as it is now. I want to change in my life, but I do not wait to love myself until I make this change. It helped me a lot to change a lot of a problem in my life. So all of us, we have difficulty on and off in our life. Sometimes we feel low, sometimes we feel up. So your emotional state, it's very important to manage to change your life and your family. Let's start together. Let's help each other. Every day between 5:30 until 7:30 in the winter time, I will be free from all over the world. You can contact me 5:30 UK time. If you have any question, if you get confused, if you feel low, just contact me and I'm willing to help you. This, it will be free of charge. You are not willing to be worry about payment. It will be completely free. And I will have very reasonable course during the year. Link all the parents and children around the world with a few educational groups. We will have a group counseling and individual counseling regarding to the feeding, regarding to the obesity, regarding to fertility, and how to detoxify your body, how to evacuate your medications before damaging your kidney and your liver. Some patients already, they have medication. They cannot stop taking medications. I'm not asking you to stop medication, but I'm helping you to achieve what the doctor he wants you to achieve from your medication. A lot of patients I saw in my life, they go to doctor and they ask them about their symptom, and they said headache, weakness, and then the doctor changed their blood pressure medication, for example, or their joint medication, but they miss to ask themselves, these patients, did I drink enough fluid to allow me evacuate the medicine from my system after the medicine work and did its duty to fix the problem the doctor tried to help me with? Most of the patients, they don't drink enough, and this is a huge problem. Now, after you finish listening to me, you said, I will change my life, I will start. But the problem, all of us as a human, sometimes we feel low and we feel lazy and we don't want to go to toilet, we don't want to move from the TV screen. And this, it doesn't motivate you to continue in the right lifestyle habit. So in my groups of educations, which it will be weekly in the so many subjects, we will give each other posts and we will encourage each other to rebuild ourselves in the right way. Let's start in the right way our life. The last few recording, one of my clients who communicate with me via WhatsApp and who saw me since many years just brought to my attention that I did not leave my contact detail in the previous recording, accept my apology. Social media for me is very complicated. I'm a nutrition therapist, educational psychologist, and I'm a parent. And I'm still depending on my 11-year-old child to publish my recording. And the previous recording, which it was done the last year, I did not know that I can publish it via YouTube. So hopefully the next few weeks you will see better recording and up-to-date information. Please send me a message and email if you like to add to my information anything or what it might be helpful to build our Ben program in the right way. By the way, Ben is named my 10 years old child. She decided to call it Ben because parenting, education, and nutrition, it's linked to each other. If you want your children to have a higher achievement, if you want them to be better educated, you need first to believe in them. You need first to believe that you are the model for your children, and you need to be great with yourself, and you need to make a change. And the more important thing, you need to believe in it. Children are smarter than us. So let's give them the chance to teach us new things in our life. If this world led by children, it will be much safer and much a cleaner environment because they are away from the greed. If we think to change this world, as Michael Jackson said, we need to change the man in the mirror, and let's change each other first by changing ourselves. The love, it has to be our philosophy to manage to make better change for this life. God bless you all, and talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.